I made myself some rules early on, back when the work was new and I still thought about it. Never twice in the same week in the same place. Never on a Thursday, don't ask me why Thursday. Never in front of a child. That one hell. Through everything, every room. That one hell. Some lines you draw before you start the work, because you know you'll need them when you're deep inside it.
Rules I made for myself
Are all I've got instead of something better.
Rules I made for myself
Are the shape of the man I'm trying to be in a life that doesn't leave much room for trying. I've broken two of the ones I made. I won't say which, the count is what matters. Two in however many years of this. And both times I knew the moment I did it.
Winston once
said the rules are what separate us.
come to think repeat.
If we start making them,
I think he's right.
I think without the rules I'd have become something I don't wanna name.
Rules I made for myself
Are all I've got instead of something better.
Rules I made for myself
Are the shape of the man I'm trying to be in a life that doesn't leave much room for trying. She never knew the rules.
I never told her.
She just knew the man.
Showed up at the door.
The one who was careful and quiet and very clean, who slept still and didn't wake screaming. The rules were why that man was possible.
The rules were the wall.
Between her and what I do,
And when the wall came down,
she was already gone. And I was grateful, if grateful means what I think it means for that.
rules still hold.
Hope of the two,
I don't carry those two for as long as I carry anything.
which might be longer than I like,
And might be shorter than
might be shorter than I think. The rules
still hold.
most of him
Still hold. Still hold.
I've seen the bottom of the city and the top, the places on the map and the ones that are. The men who run things and the things that run the men, and not much anymore surprises me. I've seen a man beg and a man refuse to. I've seen which one got up and which one didn't. I've seen the Bowery King hold court in the subway, and Winston pour two glasses for a ghost. I've seen everything the city has, and it doesn't frighten me. I've seen everything the city has. There's nothing here I haven't been, nothing here I haven't been for. mascaroma put a marker on it once. The high table folded and the world went red. I moved to 14 countries in 11 days and came back standing, which they didn't expect. The adjudicator showed up in a gray coat and a satin tee, the kind of certainty that hasn't been tested yet. I've seen enough to know what tested looks like, and she was going to learn the difference. I've seen everything the city has, and it doesn't frighten me. I've seen everything the city has. There's nothing here I haven't been, nothing here I haven't bled for, nothing here that hasn't tried to end me. I've seen everything the city has, and I'm still here to say it. All I haven't seen is the version where I lose, not because I'm special, don't mistake the tone, but because the thing that keeps me going doesn't respond to odds or numbers or the vote of any table. It responds to one thing only, and that thing's name is on a stone in a cemetery on the east side. And it doesn't need to be said, it just needs to be true. Next one, the city always has another one to send, and I'll still be here when the last one's finished, watching the sun come up on everything I've seen. Still here, still standing, everything the city has. Everything you do, they stay done. Not the word, I mean the other kind. The things you do to the people who didn't choose it, who were just standing in the life you built around them. I think about the men who came for the dog. They had mothers, that's what I think about now. Not at the time there was no thinking, but after in the hotel at 4 a.m. the mother. The thing that can't be undone lives in the chest, not the mind. The thing that can't be undone is the one you wake up and find every morning. Same way. Every morning. The thing that can't be undone has a permanent address. I don't know what it means to make it right. I know what it means to make it finish. Those are different things, and I've confused them for more years than I should have been allowed to. Finish isn't right, finish is just over. The room is quiet, but the room remembers. The walls know what happened in the walls, and the quiet isn't peace, it's just the end of noise. The thing that can't be undone lives in the chest, not the mind. The thing that can't be undone is the one you wake up and find every morning. Same way. Every morning. Same place. The thing that can't be undone has a permanent address. She knew I carried it. She never named it, and I loved her for that. She just put her hand on the chest sometimes, right there, the palm of that dress, and left it like she was saying, I see it. Like she was saying it doesn't change anything. Like she was saying you're still worth something, John. You're still worth something. She's gone and the hand is gone, and the address is still there, permanent as ever. Some mornings I put my own hand there just to see if anything's changed. It hasn't, but I do it anyway. Right here, still right here, same way. Every morning they've tried everything this side of the impossible. The numbers, the rooms, the odds, the votes. Every combination of force they had available. And I'm still a brag telling you about it. I've been shot more times than I'll count for you. Step broken, drop from heights that should have mattered. Spent a night in the East River with the cold going through me, and made it to the shore. Something that wasn't strength exactly. Machinery, yeah, refuses. I don't break, not the way they're hoping. I don't break, and I don't know why, and I don't ask. There are men built for endurance and men built for brilliance. I figured out early which category I was. Endurance doesn't make you special. It makes you useful, and it keeps you alive when brilliant men would die. Sophia called me impossible once, standing Casablanca with the blood still fresh. She meant it as a complaint, I took it as a compliment. The kind of impossible that finishes what it started. I don't break, I've tried, they've tried. Coffee in the morning, and a hand on the permanent address. Did something structural to the man I was, like she praying for something before she left, like she knew she was leaving, and she made sure I'd or maybe I'll just stand in the quiet and be the kind of thing that doesn't have a word for it. Just standing, but still
say that. The high table is a rubble, the marker's gone. The debts are clear, the rooms are finished. I could stop and nobody would come for me. I thought about it, the stopping, what it looks like, where it happens, what I do after. I keep coming back to the same problem, that after requires a reason, and I'm working on one. I choose this, not because I have to. I choose it, because the alternative is standing still. I choose it, because movement is the only prayer I know. I choose it, I choose it. Dog is doing well, I wanna say that too. Fed, warm, sleeps at the foot of the bed like the last one. She'd be glad about the dog. She always said a man without something living to come home to lose is his compass. I've been thinking about the boy who wanted a table and someone across from it. Wondering if I could give him something close to that. Not the same is gone, but close. I choose it, not because I have to. Because the alternative is standing still. I choose it, because moving is the only prayer I know. I choose it, I choose it. There's a version of the story where I stop, where I find somewhere quiet and I let it be quiet, where I learn to sleep through the 4 a.m., where I pull my hand on the permanent address and feel something looser. I'm not there yet, I don't know if I'll get there, I'm just yet, but I'm choosing to move toward it, which is more than I would have said a year ago, which is something. Is another rule. Even if what comes next is the work, I choose it. Because choosing is what's there, and I'm keeping it. Choose, I choose, still choosing. I choose. The city gets quiet around 4 in the morning. Not silent, quiet, different kind of thing. The trucks stop and the sirens space themselves out, and a man can almost hear himself think. I'm sitting in the car outside the hotel, engine off, coat still on, window cracked, not going in yet. Not ready for the ceiling. The car still feels more honest than the room. The night gets thin before the morning stretches out till you can see the bone. The night gets thin before the morning, with what he's always known. I've finished the job, that's not the issue. The issue is the silence on the other side. I've been moving long enough that stopping feels like danger, like stillness is a thing that isn't safe. There's a diner on the corner she never asks, just pours. That's the right amount of humor.
The night gets there
Before the morn, yeah.
stretches out till you can see the bone.
The night gets there before the morn, yeah.
And a man sits
With what he's always known. What I've always known is this: the work ends and the man remains. And the man is harder to deal with than the work. The work has edges, you can see where it stops. The man just keeps growing into every quiet hour, into every thin place the night made. Before the city remembers itself and gives him something to move toward again. Diner, it is then. Coffee on the left side of the table. Nobody across from it, but the cup's still warm, and that's enough for now.
Just enough,
The night gets there.
just enough,
Just enough.
just enough.
One dog, medium size, answers to a name I gave her. One car, bought cash, no registration story worth telling. One coat that's seen enough to have opinions. One watch wound every morning out of habit. One grave I visit when the work is near Tuesday. One card in her handwriting I keep in the inside pocket. One house that isn't mine anymore, different people in it now. One set of skills I can't put down and haven't tried to recently. What the years left me fits inside a single room. What the years left me I carry mostly in the chest. What the years left me is less than what I started with and more than I deserve. Almost a count. The debts are cleared, I'll say that for the ledger. The marker's lifted and the table's in pieces. The men who made the decisions that have made my life are finished making decisions of any kind. What I haven't figured out is what that means for the man who's still here after the accounting, where the cleared means free or just means even, whether even is the same as being able to start again. What the years left me fits inside a single room. What the years left me I carry mostly in the chest. What the years left me is less than what I started with and more than I deserve. table, a window, something living at my feet. The dog already knows she's been waiting at the door for a week, like she can see the thing I'm trying to find from wherever dogs can see from. That's the most I'll say tonight. Try to cry it, try the table, try the left side of a coffee cup and see what the man looks like when he's not moving. What the years left me is enough to try with enough. Tired, that's the whole of it tonight. Not the kind that sleep fixes, I know that kind. This is older and it lives below the sleep, the kind that's there when you wake up from the good nights, and there when you wake up from the other one. I've been carrying a version of this since Moscow, since before Moscow, since I was the thing they sent in the room, since before I had a name for what I was, since the word cannot be tamed, the same word. God is a word, I'm using it tonight. I won't explain. Tired is the word, the honest one, the plain one, the one a man uses when he's done pretending otherwise. I don't sit down often, sitting feels like stopping, and stopping feels like something gaining on me. But tonight I'm in the chair and the dog's on my feet, and the city's gone too, it's 4 a.m. quiet. Sophia asked me once on the road to Casablanca if there was anything left of me that wanted rest. I said no, because that's what I believed in. I think I was tired even when I said it. Tired is a word, I'm using it tonight. For the thing I won't explain, the honest one, the plain one, the one a man uses when he's done pretending otherwise. She would have known before I said it. She always knew the shape of what I was holding. She'd have put the coffee on without being asked, and sat down across from me and not said anything. Just let the tide be there, between us, like I was allowed, like a man was allowed, to be tired in his own kitchen with someone who knew why and didn't need it explained. Shifts on my feet, finds up at an angle, and settles back. Neither of us going anywhere tonight. The city can wait, the work can wait. Tonight I'm just tired, tired's a word, and I'm letting it be what it is. Tired's a word, just tired, and that's allowed. Tired.
Never told her how many there were before. Not because I was ashamed, because a number would have made her do the math on what I was. And I wanted her to know the man, not the arithmetic. I never told her that the night she found me, I was at the kind of bottom that doesn't announce itself. I just looked like a quiet man in a bar, and she just looked like someone who sat down next to quiet man.
What I never said out loud,
Lived in the space between us.
what I never said out loud,
She probably knew anyway.
what I never said out loud.
Is what I'm saying to an empty room at 4 in the morning, in a city that doesn't care. I never told Vigor what working for him cost me. Not in blood and years, in the slow erosion of whatever the boy from Belarus had left. By the time he sat across from the man with the deal, I never told the Bowery King I was grateful for those 7 bullets and the resurrection. It wasn't gratitude exactly, more like recognition that he saw something in me worth investing in.
What I never said out loud,
Lived in the space between us.
what I never said out loud,
She probably knew anyway.
what I never said out loud.
That's what I'm saying to an empty room at 4 in the morning, in a city that doesn't care. What I never said to her is the longest list I have. It starts with thank you and it doesn't stop for pages. Thank you for finding the quiet man in the bar. Thank you for the 26 months. Thank you for knowing what was in the chest downstairs and choosing me anyway. Thank you for the dog, for the card in your handwriting, for the way back in, and believing there was something worth coming back to. I never said any of it, and now the only room it fits in is this one at this hour when no one listening. Still in the corner of the apartment. I don't play, I never played, but she used to run her hand across a key sometime.
Not a song,
Just the sound of the thing existed.
I do that now.
Once in a while,
When the list gets too long,
just the sound of something existing in the quiet.
what I never said,
The piano knows
just the sound of it.
existing. This city has seen me in every condition. Broken, suited, bleeding barely upright. It's kept its mouth shut every single time. That's more than I can say for most things in my life. The bridges know my car by now, I think. The tunnels have their own opinion of my route. The rain on
have an understanding.
New York knows my name,
The one they say in Rome.
New York knows my name,
And keeps it to itself.
New York knows my name.
And never once flinched at it, which is more than most things offer to a man like me. I've watched the sun come up from 7 different boroughs after 7 different kinds of nights. The city puts it up the same way every time, like it's making a point about what continues. There's a bench in Central Park I sat on with her once. Ordinary Tuesday, no reason, just sitting. The city was doing its city thing around us, and for an hour I was just a man on a bench.
New York knows my name,
Oh, the one they say in Rome.
New York knows my name,
Oh, and keeps it to itself.
New York knows my name.
And never once flinched at it, which is more than most things offer to a man like me. I think I'll stay,
I think
not because the work is here.
the work is here.
The work is always somewhere. That's not the reason I'll stay, because the bench is here.
And benches here.
And the bridge that keeps his mouth shut, and the lane that parts for me on 42nd. And because somewhere in the east side there's a stone with a name on it, and I'm not ready to be in a city that doesn't have her name in it somewhere. Oh, not yet, maybe not ever.
New York,
Keep the name a little longer.
New York,
I'm almost done with the room.
New York,
I'm almost done with the door.
New York.
I'm working on the bench. I'm working on the Tuesday.
Just keep the name a little longer.
While I figure out what comes next.
New York,
Keep it just a little longer. I've made an agreement with the morning that I'll show up, but they'll keep showing up. That the coffee will be there, and the dog will be there, and I'll try to find a man who wants to be there too. I've made an agreement with the quiet that I won't fight it the way I used to. Won't reach for movement the second it arrives. Won't treat stillness like a threat to be neutralized. The agreement is the best I've got tonight. The agreement between me and what remains. The agreement is a peace, I won't call it that, but it's something is where you start. my compass until I find another one. That wherever she settles, I'll take it as instruction. That weight on my feet means stay put for now. The agreement is the best I've got tonight. The agreement between me and what remains. Isn't peace, I won't call it that, but it's something, and something is where you start. I haven't made the agreement with her yet, the one where I say it's alright that she's gone. I'm not there, I won't pretend to be there for the sake of a tidy ending. What I say is this: I'm making a smaller agreements first. The morning, the quiet, the dog, the bench, and maybe by the time I've kept all the small ones long enough, the big one will be waiting, and I'll know what to say to it. The agreement then signed in a quiet room, witnessed by it all, in a city that keeps its mouth shut. Effective on me, firm, subject to revision, but binding for now, binding for tonight, which is enough. The agreement effective immediately. Enough.
The dark doesn't bother me the way it used to. Used to mean a threat, a shape behind a door. Now it's just a city resting between purposes, and me resting in the middle of a city. I've made my home in the dark for long enough that the light feels like an interruption sometimes. The way a conversation interrupts the silence that was saying something you needed to hear. The organ in the dark, that's the sound of this particular hour. The organ in the dark, and a man sitting still for once. The organ in the dark, and whatever comes next can wait. The organ in the dark, I'll sing everything tonight. I'm not afraid of tomorrow. I want to say that tomorrow is just a day with different weather. I've walked into enough tomorrows to know they're mostly survivable if you keep your balance.
What I'm less certain of
Here's the long tomorrows,
the ones that stack up,
into something like a life,
the ones that require
more than survival, the ones that require the thing I'm still learning. More than in the dark, that's the sound of this particular hour. More than in the dark, and a man sitting still for once. More than in the dark, and whatever comes next can wait. More than in the dark, I'll say everything tonight. She used to say the night was honest, the people showed their actual shape in it, without the performance of the day around them.
I think she was right.
I've always thought she was right.
I'm on myself at 4 in the morning. Then I am a noon in any room I've ever worked in. More like a boy from Belarus, more like the man she sat across from, more like something that could have a table
And a window.
and a life inside it. If the night would just last a little longer. The organ holds the note,
The dog.
calls the room,
The dog.
calls the foot of the bed.
The foot of the bed.
And I hold what I hold, and the city owes us bereft before the morning. And for one more hour, everything is exactly as heavy as it should be,
And exactly as quiet.
and exactly enough. The organ and the dark, and exactly enough. And exactly enough. I took inventory this morning, real inventory. Not the one code, one door, one watch kind. The other kind, the internal kind. The kind you do when the fighting's finished.
But survive.
The boy from Belarus, barely still in there, quieter than he used to be.
But present when the dog does something funny.
Present when the coffee's right in the morning, slow.
What survive?
It's smaller than what started.
What survive?
It's more than I expected.
What survive?
It's standing in the kitchen, putting the cup on the left side, like it remembers
How this goes.
what survived.
The capacity for Tuesday.
For a bench,
For a park.
for a city keeping quiet, for a woman at the diner who pours without asking, for the dog who waits at the door like things are possible.
What survive?
The watch Helen gave me
Still wound every morning.
still accurate.
Keeping time for a life.
That doesn't quite exist yet, but might
And the watch believes in my
might survive. It's smaller than what started.
what survive.
It's more than I expected.
What survive.
Standing in the kitchen, putting the cup on the left side, like it remembers.
How this goes.
I wanna be careful here about calling this home. It might be too soon for hope. What I'll call it is orientation. The way a man turns towards something, not because he's certain it's there, but because turning feels more honest than standing still. And the boy from Belarus who wanted a table and someone across from it is turning
Slowly.
in a direction that might have a table in it eventually. What survived was enough.
Was enough.
Turns out enough
Is what you need.
not everything enough. There are things a man carries that don't have a sound yet. I've been trying to find the music for this particular way, the one that doesn't have a name in the blues vocabulary. Not grief, I know what grief sounds like. This is what's left after grief finishes with you. Not empty, the opposite of empty, too full of a thing that doesn't move and doesn't speak, just sits in the center of the chest, like something that decided to stay permanently.
There's no instrument for this.
Or maybe there is, and I haven't found it.
There's no instrument for this.
So tonight I'm just using the voice
Alone.
the way the thing feels.
Alone.
I think it's love, actually. That's a word I've been circling for an hour. The kind that doesn't stop because the person does. The kind that has nowhere to go, so it just stays. I thought it would diminish, I was told it would diminish. That time does something to the particular weight of it. Time has done something, I won't say it hasn't, but diminish isn't the word I'd use for what it did.
There's no instrument for this.
Or maybe there is, and I haven't found it.
There's no instrument for this.
So tonight I'm just you and a voice.
Alone.
The way the pain feels.
Alone. Helen, there it is.
The word I say to no one.
Say to no one right now.
In a room at 4 in the morning with the dog asleep at my feet and the watch ticking on the table and the coffee going cold on the left side, and all the love I have
That has nowhere to go.
just sitting in the center of the chest.
Or and permanent.
Am completely without anywhere to be. I'm going to let it stay.
That's the,
Conclusion I've arrived at tonight.
that's the
Try to move it out or through.
warpath.
I'm going to let it be the thing that lives there.
Because it's hers.
And she left it, and it's the last thing I have of her.
That's still won't.
No instrument for this, just the voice,
Just the way.
just the way, just one. I've said everything I know how to say tonight. 30 songs and the guitar said the rest. There's a particular honesty in the instrument that the voice can reach on its best day. The voice explains, the guitar just knows, the voice constructs, the guitar just feels. The voice is what I show the world I am. The guitar is what I am at 4 in the morning. Let the guitar speak less. It always knows the ending. Let the guitar speak less. When the words have done their part, let the guitar speak less. do. I'm gonna sleep tonight, I think I'm gonna sleep. God's already made a decision about where the watch is on the table, ticking through the dark. The coffee cup is on the left side, empty now. Tomorrow I'll be here, that's the commitment. Here with the watch and the dog in the left side. Here with whatever the city puts in front of me. Here with the permanent desk, rests in the agreement. Let the guitar speak left. It always knows the ending. Let the guitar speak left. When the words have done their part, let the guitar speak last. The way she let the silence do what words were never gonna do.
The guitar knows
That word too.
plays it every time if there's a note.
That long,
Every time it holds a phrase past
where it should resolve
every time it finds a space.
between the notes and stays there.
Like it's in no hurry.
To leave what it found. That's where she is.
In the band,
In the hole
in the space between the notes.
where the guitar lives when it's telling the truth. I'm gonna sleep. The guitar will finish this. It always goes.
Always done,
Always know.
always